Hey guys, welcome to week 5 of restorative yoga practice, and we're going to continue the story of Garudasana ego practice this week. But for your restorative, it's going to be only gentle stretches and light stretches leading to restoring and resting on two joints, your shoulders and your hip. Okay, so we're going to focus on these two target areas today in your restorative practice. What do you need? A folded blanket, a cushion pillow or yoga pillow, about square size, 2 tennis balls, 1 neck support or rope towel, not essential but it would be great if you have, 2 yoga blocks at the front edge of the mat. Okay, let's get into your breathing positions. When we begin to, again, me not doing the mirror image, bringing your own left hand to your chest first, right hand to your navel, and then just gently close your eye gaze, soften your eyelids, and find your presence into your surroundings, hopefully with some quietness and calmness that your breath can bring yourself to. Begin to acknowledge the rising and softening simultaneously from your navel to your chest, and the ease and the relaxation that your palms can massage and comfort your bodies down. In and out continuously through your nose, a soft sigh out within your bodies. Let's take a few more breaths here. No rush. About 1 more minute of this. Now the essentialness of using hands, placing on your bodies, allow you to calm yourselves, and this is a calming position. Allow yourself to acknowledge that it's good to take a moment to rest, to reset and restore your body. Few more breaths here. And final 2. One last one. And gradually open up the eyelids, straighten your arms, softly, gently down to your knees. You can bend the elbows, please. Keep the chest upright, chin mudra hands, soft elbows towards the inner thighs. And just relax your whole arms and the shoulders down on your supported legs onto your mats. Take a moment there for the last minute, seated breathing, before we do our first 2 combination of restorative and releasing of muscle tensions with blocks and tennis balls. Find a few breaths. And you can even give yourself a soft sigh breath out, alright, if you need to. It really helps immensely. Let go as you breathe out, almost like a sigh of relief, yeah? Few more. Good, let's do one last one together. Breathe in and breathe out. Release. Join your palms to your chest, breathe in, breathe out, bow. Namaste. Let's start your restorative practice. And first we're going to lie down on your backs. So reach to your first 2 blocks at the front edge of the mat. We've done this in previous classes before, lying down with your mid-upper spine on the long block and your head on the other block, which can be raised depending on the neck and your shoulder mobility, okay? So, what you want to do is to bring in the pillow or your cushion just behind the block where you're going to lie your head down on. So you're going to bend the knees towards the blocks, keep your head about 1 block distance away, roll down the spine, get the tennis balls ready, and mid-spine, head on the block. And we're going to open up our hips right away. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, bound angle legs. Lift up your left butt cheek, tennis ball on the mid butt. Lift up the right butt cheek, tennis balls on the right butt cheek. Okay? So you're going to reach down and immediately you're going to feel a light pinch on it. You can adjust the tennis ball at one side at a time, and if that really doesn't agree with you, remove it and see if it feels better on the floor. But it's essential to release your tension on your glutes, your pelvis area, and allow your thighs and the knees to reach out to your sides and stretch to widen your thighs, okay? Good. So hands on the crease of the hips. That's what I taught you before, so you acknowledge those stretch on the inner thighs. You acknowledge the massaging on your glutes. Take your time now. Breathe in and out. And one more thing, once you're settled in on the lower body, you're going to notice that your chest and ribs are open. And if you want to start reaching your shoulders and open up softly, gently, you can roll your arms overhead. Let your bent elbows land on the cushion that is raised behind the block of the head. And really feel now that there's a balanced stretch from the hip thigh line and the knees, waistline, side body, chest, all the way up to your arms and your shoulders while relaxing down above. Okay, so this allows you to external rotate your shoulders wide out gently above your head without any stress at all. So effectively what you can do, as I mentioned before, is that you can stay up to 3 or even up to 5 or even 1 more 6 minutes. That's absolutely alright, but at the beginning of the practice it's essential not to relax fully, if you know what I mean, because I have light active stretches right in the middle part, yeah? So take your time now. Few more breaths left before we transition to your next pose. Supta Baddha Konasana, lying down, supine bound angle, a little bit inclined on the upper body. Again, you feel that stretch from your lower ribs, light stretch from the navel down to your hips. So it's all about opening and releasing the sides of the body. The tightness of sitting down at your desk the whole day, or just simply moving around, picking things up. This will help with it. 2 more breaths. And take 1 more. Don't mind my hand, I'm going to reset. Good. Now, keeping the tennis balls where the glutes are, you just need to raise your knees gently. Keep your feet firm on the mat so that you can shift that weight to the base of the foot gently. And look at my feet, I'm going to wriggle them out to the inner edge of the mat and drop the knees in together, okay? So it's essential to do that. Now look here, you can reach for the pillow above you. Take it out if you need to. Place it on your navel and your hips. Now this is essentially good if you cannot pull your knees in together. You want to bring that in and to let it rest down, okay? So right now, hand position change only. You can again do seated position, left hand to your heart, right hand to your navel. And if you want to warm your navel, you can bring your right hand above the pillow, just like you're hugging a pillow softly. Now look at the elbows, try not to lift and strain the arms, drop down to the sides of the body, okay? Good. Now stay here for a little bit more. Breathe into your pose. Take a few more breaths. So these are the first two poses. You can start to lie down on the floor, stretch yourselves out before you do your light active stretch, and that's going to keep you a little bit more mobilized and enable you to practice better. Okay? Take last 4 breaths here. So that added weight here is going to warm your navel, pelvic region, right down towards the tailbone. And essentially the tennis ball are kind of feeling like, hey, they are part of the glutes now. They're massaging and loosening up the fascia around your glutes muscles to release it so your hips are not that stressed. Alright, final breath. Very nice. So we're going to gently come on up now. Remove the pillow. Leave it on the floor, ahead of you or right in front. Tennis ball one at a time, roll it out. Place it outside of the mat. And now, walk the feet in, knees in. It's essential to peel gently off the blocks and quickly bring the top hand to support the body weight, which might otherwise roll down too heavily, and peel yourself up. Okay? Good. Revisit this towards the end. Tennis ball not for now. So we're going to realign the blocks towards the front edge of the mat. Alright, first, what I want you guys to do is to bring the blocks into the front. Stack the blocks right in front of you and make sure that they are semi-steady in front of you, okay? Good. Now you can't see my hands. I'm going to join my palms to your chest. Reach up. Hold. Breathe. 2 and 1. And then use your clasped hands to go behind the head and lean your head back, widen the elbows. Hold. Stay. 3, 2, and 1. Release from your head, straighten your neck and punch up again. Keep looking forward to the front. Exhale, cactus, widen. Soft cactus. Keep the elbows bent. Soft fingers. Shoulder blades draw in down to your mid-spine. And then we're going to do the first eagle's arm. Stack your left elbow right above the stack blocks. Right elbow stack above. Now look at my forearm, back of the forearm in together. There's no need to double twist your palms in together. If you want more, do so. Alright, it's a raised eagle's pose, and just let your chin lie down to the crease of the inner elbow. So you can see me sideways with my elbows inside the crease of the back arm as you come in. Again, if your arms are too tight, release your twisted hands and just let your forearm fold. I have a new term for this, rested eagle's arms. Yeah? So just lean forward and feel that light stretch around the upper back towards the front of your shoulders, or you let your neck stabilize and relax down to the crease of the elbows. One more breath. Now very gently chin off the elbows as you lift up. Unfold the arms and then hold the block gently and come on up. Very nice. Inhale, interlock palms up again. Hold. Hands behind the head again. As you hold and you light stretch behind and stay. Hold. Breathe. 2 and 1. Inhale, palms up again, look forward. Exhale, widen cactus, soft hands and elbows and wrists. Alright, bend the right forward. This time reach for the middle of the stack block. You want to feel the weight and stabilize above it. Reach your left elbows above and then just twist your arms behind. Already, there's a lot of stretch to your upper shoulders and the back, so stay here if you want. For those who want more, twist your palms in together. Chin drop to the crease of the elbows behind your folded arms. Stay. So again, I want to reiterate, this pose is particularly good for those who always have issues doing eagles, twisted arms while you're doing standing posture. And this active light stretch is going to help you tremendously to focus on stabilizing your crossed arms and do it in a gentler way so that in the future perhaps that will guide you into your practice further, okay? 2 more breaths here. Breathe. Rest your chin. And gently unfold the arms. Palms on the block, and you can even fold your forearm right above it, let your chin drop, let the elbows drop to your side for a moment. Again, this can take longer anytime you want, okay? Pause the video if you want. Palms press to the block, come on up. Alright, remove the blocks. And soles of the feet together. Look at the blocks, I bring it under the crease of the knees diagonally, so you rest your knees right above it, okay? So it's a gentle Baddha Konasana, raise knees with the side hips and the thighs stretch out. You want to lift the chest, lift the eye gaze forward and up. Alright, good. Now walk your hands further down and then lightly lift up your wrist on the fingertips. So you don't want a deep stretch and walk far out, far out, far out. You want a soft one with your eye gaze slightly beyond your toes and you look forward. And then this will allow you to give yourself a light stretch in your outer hips, lower back, even on the sides of the glutes. If you lean your chest just slightly forward more towards your bent elbows, arms, and you will feel that, okay? Of course, it's essential to always flex your toes up and in slightly to firm your ankles and knees. Again, this one is fully supported on the knees and the thighs, so you can work your upper body stretch a lot more. Yeah? Just 2 more breaths here. One more. And release. Very nice. Come on up. Simply bend your knees up together. Hopefully keep the blocks there. Don't let them run. Knees up together, feet together. And then hands to the back and relax your fingers up. Lightly press your palms at the back down on the mat or the floor behind you. And then look here. Stack your knees and just turn them down towards your left. Lift up. Stack your knees and turn down to the right. Lift up. Okay? Now we're going to go to the front of the mat, taking the 2 blocks with us, long, high, and just breathe there. On all fours, cat-cow elongation, just grip on the outer edge of the block, lift to your tailbone, up, long neck, spine. Exhale, draw in, just a light stretch down to the tailbone. Inhale, cow. Exhale, draw in, cat. One more, inhale, cow. And exhale, draw in for cat. Good. Left leg, knee up, left foot steps forward between the block. Just wriggle your back toes and the knees further back from the space behind you. Good, and then just breathe on there. You can light tap the toes at the back if your ankle doesn't agree with you. Hold your hands above and come on up. Release thumbs at the back, fingers on the sides, and then just use your back hands to massage your hips forward. Pull the back thighs long, and then keep your lower back that nice natural arch on the lumbar spine. Breathe and then clasp your hands behind the head. Hold your head, look forward, higher up because you're supporting at the back of the neck. You can lean back as far as your neck allows, but the gentle lean back, okay? Good. Now keep looking diagonally forward. Imagine hands are behind the head. Draw up to your cactus, soft hands. Left elbow forward, right stacks above. Twist and lift. Now look here, reach your elbows down to the inner thigh or the mid-knee line. Alright, just stay here rested. Breathe. 2 and 1. Unfold the arms, reach for the block again. Stay here. Just
keep your front foot flat and then just stretch back to your modified monkey pose. Palms flat on top of the block and give yourself a light stretch there. Stay and breathe. Now bend the front knee back. You can land the shin bone above you, alright, behind the blocks, and then straighten the back leg further away. Now this time, flatten the block if you want, so your forearm can stay on top, your forehead can land, and then you can just breathe and relax there. One more breath. Good, then come on up. As you come on up, straighten the block up again, palms on the higher side, knees back, lean your body weight and butt back so you can release the left leg behind you, right knee up, right foot forward, flatten the back foot if you want, otherwise tuck the toe. For my taste, I prefer that, okay? Palms join to the top, hold your hands clasped behind the hip. Hips first forward, rather. Hips forward, lean forward, reach your hands to your side, and then now for your head, okay? Good. Reach back and hold, stay, breathe. 2 and 1. Keep your head strong, neck strong, imagine hands behind, cactus arms, soft hands. Right elbow comes forward, left above, twist your arms, and remember, back of the palms can stay together and rest on your front inner thigh and the knees. And just stay there, focus now. So you know that your front foot must be strong. Allow your thigh muscles to firm up so your elbows can land above it. Breathe now. Your active light stretch. One more, release. Hands to the block, modified half monkey. Lean back, tone back, gaze forward and down. Just relax those hands as you clasp the block lightly. Give your front lower leg a light stretch. Come back, bend the knees. Again, modified pigeon. Foot behind the blocks, shin bone behind the blocks. Roll your back knee and the leg back. Lower, lower. Flatten the block now. Land your forearms right above it. And then just let your eye gaze and neck relax. Forearm relax right above it, okay? Stay here for a moment. And breathe. So this pigeon pose here is really allowing you to stretch your adductor, your inner thighs, all the way up to your lower hamstrings and your glutes, right down to your pubic bone, okay? Immense release. Muscles surrounding your hips. And come on up. Hey, good news, active stretch portion is done. Hold the block, come on up. Press, lean the body weight back, release the front foot, go back to all fours. Now stack your knees together and sit down very nicely. Now, the final two restorative poses is with legs up in the air, but it's a modified bound angle legs up in the air. So that pillow that we used at the beginning of the class to place next to the wall is coming back here again, okay? So let the pillow land there. Towel, folded one. Now this is where your hips and your butts are going to be landing right above it. Use the neck pillow ready and nothing else. You're not going to need the yoga blocks at all, okay? If you want to, I'll show you something that will be beneficial. One block on each side of the mat. Alright? Hips, butt towards the wall. And then begin to join your foot together gently above the pillow. Use your arm, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Oh, the pillow is on my back, so I roll to the side, pick it up, neck support, wriggle my butt in, wriggle my butt in, feet to the pillow, and rest, okay? So it's a modified Baddha Konasana. Feet on the wall, Viparita Karani, as opposed to raising your knees high or your legs high up to the wall. Look at the block. Raising up like a towel, I let the block stay below the crease of my knees. Okay? So very nicely in that position now. What you guys want to do is to keep your bodies open by rolling your arms overhead, and instead of folding your opposite elbows like the beginner of the class before, you want to widen your arms and the shoulders gently on the floor by dropping the back of the elbows. It's almost doing a surrender cactus arms along the floor with relaxed fingers, wrists, and let your chest widen, let your hips slightly stretch out with blocks supported below the knees. It's really good because you don't feel any strain at all in your thigh muscles as you're being supported with that block below, while you raise your feet lightly against the wall. Again, I hope this resonates with some of you. This is just like the lying down version of your seated of the beginning of the class, okay? Similar to the lying down position. Take a few more breaths here. And again, what I encourage you to do here is to take slightly longer, deeper breaths in your final restorative poses to allow your body to reap the benefits of your restorative practice. Final 3 breaths. You can always do mini adjustments. If your arms doesn't agree with this, again bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your navel, or even palms to the crease of your hips. Drop the elbows down to the sides of the mat. All good. Yeah? Whichever your shoulders agree. Alright, in the essence of time, I want to bring us to the next and final restorative pose. Gently draw your knee up and look here, place your feet on the wall. Walk your hips in, adjust your hips in until your butt right touch your pillow in front of you, and walk your feet out. Stay here, breathe, bring the blocks long and stack them with the top one slightly wider so you can drop your knees in. Again, it's the story of having something soft to hug in the inner crease of the thighs and the knees so you're relaxed down. Palms turn up. External rotation of the shoulders. Relax on the sides of the body or even bring it closer, wider, up to you. Okay? Final minute here. So again, if you notice, restorative poses are about security of using props, security of using something in contact, so your body can trust and relax, as opposed to hanging something without support. Alright, then you get that fright and you will not relax. So always support and make sure the parts of your body are in contact with something firm or something slightly softer. Final 2 breaths in now. One final breath. Long exhalation, and then release your knees and the crease of the hips, block to the front edge of the mat. Wriggle feet and the knees down to the front. Remove your butt, your hips, your shoulders, thighs. Again, hand support. Lightly come on, up. Okay? Very nice. Pillows off. Blanket off. And I want to show you a Shavasana, rested pose today. Before you lie down straight on the body, use the block again to glide under the crease of the knee. Keep your heels within the mat, hip width apart or slightly wider. Bring your toes out, roll the forearm down, and lie down on the mat. Look here, head up, palms facing up, or even crease of the knees. This will allow you to rest your thigh muscles down to your hips to release the tension over this region. Okay? So you can rest here again finally for 8 minutes in your Shavasana. Take your time for this. Take your practice slow. Pause the video if you need to, and then move on to the next pose and the next pose. Alright? Hope that helps. Shoulders, hip joint, into our mobility, into our relaxation for those parts of the body. Hope you enjoyed the restorative practice this week, and I'll see you again. Thank you.